Did the game kind of get away from you in the last 1:15 of the first half there?
Yeah, we had those 3 turnovers late. That was very costly. They were able to capitalize each time they turned the basketball.
What happened there? Was it just a matter of them, they kind of lost the poise there at the end, or
we just had
simply
simple
having
turnovers?
drawn
We had a post feed by Vince into AJ. We tried to bowl it into him, and we talk constantly about feeding the post and not throwing the ball, so low on those bounce passes. And then we tried to just run a set, and Kendrick Nunn did a really good job of defending, and our guy sees him and still throws it to him, and he gets a steal that I forget the other turnover. But we just got to do a better job of just taking care of the basketball, especially at that time. You got to finish the half, and you obviously got to have a good start in the second half.
Matt, what's the situation with Kendall, and how did that affect things, especially in the second half?
He hurt that same finger that he broke when he was in Maui, and so that was what he said. So obviously, he gives us that threat, shooting the basketball. Tonight, our offense sometimes is just passing the ball, and they just left us wide open. And you look at the second half, you go back and dissect the shots we got. They were post moves, layups, and wide open jump shots, and we simply just didn't make them. And then, we probably took the most threes we've taken all year just because, we were open, and we didn't step up and knock them down. So obviously with him, he helps in that area, and then he really helps in terms of getting the ball inside because people have to guard him.
their offensive rebounding, especially in the first half?
Yes.
What do you attribute that to?
I just think they played hard. You look at their roster and the guys they have, and Tracy Abrams is out, and Devontae Rice is out, and Aaron Cosby is out, and when you play these games and guys go out like this, other people have an opportunity to step up. And I thought LaRon Black was the best player on the floor. I don't think it was even close. He played so much harder than any of the guys that we have. And then probably the next guy was Nana. I thought Nana was great tonight. He didn't have a great game in the last game against Indiana. And I always say, substance always bounces back. You have a bad game and the kid has substance like Nana Igloo. They're going to lay on the line and play hard and try to, have a good game that next game. So, he got 5 blocks, and I thought those two guys played so much harder than anybody else who played today. I think that was the difference.
You talked about wide open jumpers and probably scouting. Illinois, you noticed that that happens a lot this year. Do you know why it is that they?
Well, we don't shoot very many threes. We shoot the least amount of threes in our league, and then they shoot a lot of threes. And so tonight, if you look at the stat sheet, they took 10 and we took 21. So, I thought they were smart in being selective, and I thought we weren't smart. When they went ultimately small, they had Malcolm Hill on A.J. Hammonds. We literally are wide open for two guys that that can actually make the threes. But you have to probe the defense and get the ball to your 7-footer where they got their 2-guard on them. And we just didn't make those type of plays. And so I thought they were smart tonight in driving the basketball a little bit more and then taking so many threes. Because when it's going for you, there's nothing wrong with it. When it's not, the three can get you in games and also get you out. I thought Illinois was really smart tonight.
With Kendall, is there any chance this is something he might have to miss time for to try to get this right?
I have no idea.
Matt, you mentioned there are injuries. Have you seen in your time, does that make a team after they have an injury, make them more dangerous because they're going to try and play up to a different
I think with Black, he got an opportunity to play. And he's one of those guys, just reading John's quotes, that, and I saw him because I'm on the USA Basketball Committee, once he learns what's going on, he's going to be really good. But sometimes, and I played with a guy named Steve Scheffler that said, the game got to be too much at times for him when he was a young player. And he said, but the one thing I could do was play hard. I might not know the plays, might not know what the hell's going on, but when that ball goes up, I can go get it. And I can run the floor and I can bring energy, and those guys are valuable. And once he gets the the feel of John's system and what's going on, and it takes some guys a little bit longer. It doesn't mean anything. It just does. But he went out tonight and played hard. He took good shots. He was around the ball. He had that kind of energy. And then when you do that, the crowd here is so good, and they fed off of that. And you got to give him credit because he got an opportunity because the people got hurt. And for this game, it was probably a blessing in disguise.
There were a lot of shots around the rim. You guys weren't able to finish. That was 4 straight free throws in the second half. You always talk about how that can kind of deflate you.
Yes.
Sometimes. Did that have any effect?
I really thought it did. I thought the 4 missed free throws in a row, and in that stretch was huge for us. We really had to show some character at that time to hang in there and make some plays, and we just weren't able to make enough plays, and they were. But you know, when you're getting good shots and you're getting to the free throw line, you're getting nothing out of it. It gets guys' heads down real quick.
Matt, you were just a couple minutes away from being able to take a lead to halftime for the first time in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see during that kind of extended stretch in the first half that
Just
you
those
liked?
turnovers. You know, we beat ourselves there, and we just turned the basketball over, didn't make plays, and then we fouled a couple times in transition.
Well, so what was going well before that? So, and why weren't you able to, do you think, get it back in the second half?
Well, we were. The game was close. You know, we're it's a possession game, or it's tied, and we missed 4 free throws in a row, and we missed open shots, we missed layups, we missed post moves. We got good shots. It wasn't like they scored 80 points against us. You know, we had it in a position where it was going to be in the high 50s to high 60s, and the game was going to be in there. And we're going to be able to score enough points because we were getting quality shots. We just didn't knock those things down. And then when it goes that way, there's more opportunities. You know, rebounds, loose balls, things of that nature. And they were able to get to a couple more than we were.
Is there anything else?
That stretch to end the first half, I think John picked up the second foul.
Yes.
Before 2 of those turnovers, just how big was that?
Oh, that was huge. That was huge. And not to say that he doesn't get in positions and turn the ball over here and there, but he that was a big swing. I thought they gained momentum, and I thought we were able to battle back in that stretch and really in the middle halfway through the second half be in a good position, but then we weren't able to convert. That was probably the biggest part of the game in terms of a momentum swing. And I thought the key to the game was just the Ron Black and Edwin. I thought those guys were great.